Hello, Pierluigi here, and in this video I'm going to explain how to hire a great designer. Now, I've been a designer myself for the past 10 years, so I've been on the other side of the fence, and I can tell you that one of the most important things whenever you're hiring a designer is to have a clear process. Now, the very first question that you have to ask yourself is exactly what type of designer you are looking for, because there's many different types so if you're looking for a graphic designer, a web designer, a UI UX designer, the process is going to be similar, but of course you're going to have to decide what type of designer you're going to look for in the first place. Now, that being said, the very next thing that you have to keep in mind is to look at their portfolios even more than the CVs, and see if the visual design and the type of projects that they have are in line with what you're looking for, or if you see potential in that individual. So if, for example, you're a tech company and you're looking for creating projects which are mainly around tech and SaaS, obviously looking for a designer which has a portfolio that matches those type of projects is probably going to be a better fit than someone who, for example, has a lot of graphic design and print design work on it. So that's one of the things to keep in mind. And after this stage, what I notice is that a lot of people find a set of designers and they hop immediately on a discovery call with them. But what I would personally recommend is to pre-select them by asking a series of questions in an initial message, even before you hop on a call. Because the last thing that you want to do is hop on a call with a lot of different designers and then you're going to find out that maybe they're missing some critical elements that you were looking for in the hiring process. So it's just going to take a lot of time, because calls, you need to obviously arrange a time that works for you and for them, then hop on a call and then doing the entire process. So what I personally like to do is to send them a message and ask them a series of questions regarding key criteria which I'm looking for, such as their availability, the type of softwares they use, and what is their hourly rate, or do they work on fixed projects, and also want to understand their time zone. And on top of that, I'm also going to probably give them a brief overview of the type of project or the type of commitment that I'm looking on their part for the project in case. And by that, I'm referring to if I'm looking for just a freelancer occasionally, is it a one-off project, is it a part-time role, or even a full-time role. And I hired for all of these type of roles, so I can tell you that this is really important for them to understand, because as I've been a freelancer, as I work full-time and part-time for companies, at different stages of my design journey, I was looking for different things. So if a client would approach me with saying that they were looking for a part-time designer eventually, and I was looking exactly for that, I would definitely put in a lot more effort and focus on trying to make that relationship a success and a win-win situation. So this is something to keep in mind on their behalf. But of course, these are just the questions which and the points which I like to have cleared out before I hop on an interview call. In your case, it might be slightly different, but be sure to have these checked up before you hop on a call with the different designers. And then right after it, of course, as we mentioned, it's going to be the discovery call. So you're going to have a call which for the most part can be an informal call, where you're simply asking about their experience and a series of questions which is going to help you evaluate not only their design skills, but also their problem solving skills, how they work in teams, and all the other elements which are really going to be helpful for your specific situation. And I shot a few videos on this, so if you're interested in learning more about the type of questions which I personally ask and that I recommend asking new designers, feel free to check it out. And this brings us to the very last point, which is one that not many people do, but I think it's really important, and that is to assign them a trial project. And this can also be a trial period of time where they work with you. So this can be, for example, 1 or 2 weeks of trial. And during that time frame, you can evaluate and see how you're working together and what is the outcome of the projects that you're going to assign to them. So this is pretty much the entire process in a nutshell. Worked like a charm in the past years, so I definitely highly recommend it. So I hope this video was helpful, and if you need any help when it comes to hiring designers for your next project, feel free to book a call with me or drop me a message and I'll reach out to you. And also feel free to check out my YouTube channel to see more videos on hiring and even to learn design yourself.